Welcome to Ryan's Road podcast number 23.
We're just going to go straight for it. Fuck it, sweet. I'm not going to say hello to you and shit first, but
no, well, you introduce the podcast, then we say hello.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, welcome to Ryan's Road podcast number 23. How you been, Ryan?
I've been alright.
Yeah, so,
Yeah. But I mean, like, normally when I listen to some podcasts, they're like, oh, when we're talking like off air before we started recording, like, well, we're talking about this and da-da-da. It's like, we didn't get to do that. You just literally introduced it straight off the bat.
To the point.
Okay.
Like a knife. I don't know why I use that metaphor.
No.
I've never wielded a knife in my life.
No way.
Apart from spreading butter and stuff.
Talking to this fucking lad the other day. Well, I've got like a guy messaging about Pokemon.
You got a what?
A guy messaging about Pokemon.
Right, this sounds like some weird seedy underground club.
No, he's on Facebook.
This guy messaging me about Pokemon.
No, it's like a Facebook friend. I think it's from when I was originally started, like the page and everything. Messaging me.
Yeah.
What was it? He said no. That was it. He said he was up fucking Saturday morning or something, 7 o'clock, chopping up steak and that for a fucking slow cooker. And he said, then I was off teaching something like 12, 6 and 7-year-olds football. And I'm like, you've literally just listed the two worst possible things that I could ever want. Like I do not do fucking football and I do not cook. Like pretty much everything else I can dabble.
Can you not cook at all?
I don't do food, mate. I nope. My mother...
Mate, even I can make a toad in the hole.
My mother was a feeder, right? Feeder. I moved from my mother to in with my now wife. And if you remember rightly, the plan before that happened and we were meant to move in here and do the music and everything else. Another story for another day.
Yeah.
I was like, my plan was to go to a farm every week, get a big old sack of fucking potatoes.
Shit, yeah, I do remember you telling me that.
And
yeah,
all I was
you were just going to have potatoes.
Yeah, I was just going to have like spuds with Kiev, spuds with cheese. So it's not, you could put all sorts of fillings.
To be fair, man, potatoes, you could do fucking loads of it.
I'll live off that.
Can't beat a jacket spud with cheese and beans, man.
I didn't even make it to that because babbied up to wife, didn't I?
But like, you could put something in the oven though.
I can heat food.
Right, that's
so I can heat food, get it out of a
to
box.
Be fair, if that's the case, yeah, I'm not very good at cooking.
Yeah.
I can make an omelette and toad in the hole. Yeah. That's about it.
But I mean, Miss asked me to stir something like that, don't it, right?
You can't really stir anything wrong.
Is this right? Can't you?
I mean, to be fair, Sophie hates me being in the kitchen because I always do stuff wrong in the kitchen. To be fair, apparently, even though I'm
code word for bedroom.
I'm terrible at cleaning as well. It's the same thing with my mother. I can clean, I'm good at cleaning, but it's never to my mum's standard.
Fuck it, yeah.
And it's the same with Soph. It's like, I do it and she's like, you didn't do this, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. I'm like, it's fucking tidy.
Yeah. Tried.
I tried.
Points for effort. I did not come. Pardon me.
Say I did not come?
Yeah. Because, again, I'm referring to the kitchen being the bedroom.
Oh, right.
And you've been like, well, I tried this and I shoved it there and I slapped you there and tickled this. I
Never a fan of tickling. Never a fan of tickling.
Maybe with a club. Anyway,
it's awfully aggressive,
we've digressed really quickly.
Yeah.
So I hope you like that intro. I hope that's kept you engaged. So me and James were having a little yak the other day. I tell you what is weird. Straight away I'm going to talk over myself. Because I was going to say to you, like, I was thinking, like, how you been, man? Like, I ain't seen you. I saw you Thursday. This is just what happens when you miss a morning workout. You missed one, and now I feel like I ain't seen you for a week.
I mean, I still did my workout. But I did feel shit. I just slept straight through. Mate, woke up at 7, bang on. I was like, fuck.
Well, you didn't sleep straight through because you messaged me. So you nodded back off, you mean?
Oh, right, yeah. Because it was like 20 past 6 or something, weren't it?
No, it was before 6.
It weren't before 6.
It was before 6 because I ain't gone out yet.
It weren't before 6. Well, I'm a letdown, Ryan, alright?
I know. You did some at home, so, you know, you did something. So, yeah, one of the mornings this week, we were yakking. And I think I've touched on this before on the podcast. Because I swear, because I called the episode Generational Knowledge or something like that. Because it is, because it's like, it's this concept of taking information and like taking it as gospel. Like, why do we do things the way we do? So, I mean, if we...
I got really itchy ear.
Does that mean someone's talking about you?
Oh, no, that's when your ears are burning, innit?
Yeah.
Carry on.
Cool. Should we go into what I was originally talking about, or should we go with that really cool example you've got? Because that's a nice, like, wow, rounding up the point.
Oh, basically, what he's trying to say can be simplified like this.
Yeah.
I've read somewhere, or I heard somewhere, there was a family that used to cut, I don't know what kind of steak or fillet it was, but she'd cut the two ends off every single time and put it into cook. And eventually her husband or someone said to her one day, why do you do that? Why do you cut the two ends off? You know, you don't need to do that. And she just said, well, my mum used to do it. So they went and asked the mother why she did it, and she said, oh, my mum used to do it. So they went and spoke to the grandma, and she said, well, when my mum was cooking that particular dish, you didn't have a pan that was big enough to fit it all in, so she cut the two ends off, and then that just kind of passed down into the tradition.
Yeah.
She did it because her mum did it, and then she did it because her mum did it, and without even knowing why. So like you said, it's like taking something as gospel.
Yeah.
You don't know why, but it's a family tradition.
That's
you know,
it.
we've
That's
got to
it.
do it.
See,
It's how it's always been done.
it's because I was talking to James about it, and he whipped out that example of like a little anecdote sort of thing, and I was like, that is the perfect way of wording it.
Yeah.
Because it's taking something as simple as just a piece of food
Yeah.
and how you cook it, whereas like you take that same basis and apply it to like pretty much the whole of life, like to everything you do. This is what I've really started thinking about lately. Like everything we do, we're doing it because we've learned it from somewhere, and somewhere, pretty much everything, everywhere, anything we know possibly originally came from someone saying it.
Oh yeah, 1,000,000%.
Or suggesting it, and it's like, and especially with how like generations go with these things. So for that example, it was like the tin weren't big enough. But if it's knowledge from like years and like even just a couple of generations ago, it could just be like the circumstances then were different. So it's like, so it doesn't really apply now, but we still do it anyway. You know what I mean? So like, obviously I'll go over it from what you and me were talking about the other day. I do think I'm going to start talking more about the fitness stuff on the podcast, because it's like, I don't know why I've been holding back on it and saving it for
part
like
of our life.
It is, yeah, and it's part of that's like this podcast is morphing, I think, as we go from like how I originally kind of pictured it with the very first episode.
Yeah.
Because I almost like put myself in that like mental
you
health
you pigeonholed yourself.
I did,
didn't you? And about 10 episodes in, you were like, I can't keep doing this.
Yeah, because it weren't right for me.
No.
I'm really struggling to talk this week, and
I'll tell you what.
Jumping around. Go on.
To try and solidify the point, you're saying that whole we do something because it's been done in generations before and we take it as gospel thing. I think the biggest example of that is schools.
Oh yes, that's a good one.
How archaic schools are now.
Fuck yeah.
Like, schools shouldn't be. I mean, looking back at it, you don't know any different, do you? Because you're in there and it's just learn this, pass the test, fuck off.
Yep.
But it's like that's not how the world works now.
No.
Like at all.
I'm pretty sure. But
the amount of people I know that have got like degrees and shit that went to uni, but they're thick as shit.
Yeah.
Like they don't know anything.
Very academic.
They're very, very academically smart.
But they're fucked for life.
I know people
like,
at school. There was someone at school that's like one of the smartest people I ever knew, like academically in that subject. But they thought that unprotected sex was illegal, and they thought that Wales was a city in England. Like this kind of common. I mean, I'm not the smartest man in the world, and my common sense is pretty fucking dull. But I mean, I know shit like that.
Yeah. Like I really think if the one good thing I see from schools, if we're going on to that, is school is good at teaching you to do shit that you don't want to do.
Yeah, but but no one does the shit they don't want to do. So I never did
but
it.
You get to work and shit, don't you?
Oh,
like, but that's the thing that you can take from it is if you do embrace it, sort of thing, when you're younger. Obviously, this is what I'm trying to do with my kids. He's like, right, embrace it, just fucking do it. If you don't want to do it, just make sure you fucking do it, because there's going to be times later on in life where there's going to be shit you really don't want to fucking do, and you need to crack on with it. Other than that, I think it's pointless. It's fucking useless.
I mean, I know how fucking plants feed off sunlight, but I never learned how to fucking handle my finances.
Yeah. My kids are going to love me because I literally do not give a shit about grades. Unless they tell me they want to be a doctor or a solicitor or something like that,
need grades
then I'm going to say, right,
yeah.
okay, cool, if that's what you're going to do, then where's that fucking homework you said you had from last week, because you're going to crack on with it. Like, you're going to have to get grades, you're going to have to start smashing it and like kissing ass to your teacher, because you're going to have to get to college and uni, and you're going to have to get papers to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Like, most other stuff, I'm like, I just want to get life lessons across to them. Just things like, you can have most things that you want as long as you fucking graft for it, as long as you fucking work for it. And that's what I'm now sliding into parenting. I was trying to go too much. This is why I really play around with the whole star chart thing.
Yeah, you're probably spot on with that star chart.
Like I've just put in another like thing to it today. So my kids have a star chart. Do anything good, obviously, you get a star. It takes 50 stars to fill up a chart. And if they do at the end, I spend £5. Normally I've got the shelf with stuff, because we tried the whole going and spending £5, and it's like, can I have this? It's like, that's not £5. Can I have this? That's not £5. So fuck that. So I just got stuff I know they like, put it on a shelf, and it's like, right, you can pick one of those, and I never have too much there again because too much variety.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple of things. Now, as James already knows, I've been encouraging my boys to exercise in the morning. Like, I'm not killing them, I'm not drilling instructor.
No, you're not fucking making them do deadlifts and shit.
They're doing jumping jacks and squats and just like
basic cardio,
like,
innit?
Harvey can almost do a pull up now. Like, he does climb the rope as well. Anyway, they get a star for doing 5. They've got to do 5 things, just 5 movements, but then that one that gets them a star, but then that unlocks the ability for them to get stars throughout the day.
Yeah.
So if they don't get that first one by doing that, they can't earn stars through the day. So that's the encouragement to make them do it.
Fucking genius.
The new thing I've said, because I've said to them before, like, you can do up to 15 things. Do 5 things, rest for 1 minute. 5 things, rest for 1 minute. Do another 5 things, that's 15. Also, they can do the same with drills on the punch bag. 5-minute drills, they know how to use a timer. Rest for a minute. 5-minute drills, rest for a minute. 5-minute drills. Anyway, it's gotten to the point now where, especially with my eldest, who's 6, I keep noticing he'll be like, I'll just do my one. Bare minimum. Because he knows that's what he has to get through.
Oh,
I'm
sounds like me. That
I'm
does.
like, I ain't happy with that.
Did the bare minimum my entire life.
So today, because my eldest filled his up, so I had to redo the drawing of the chart and fucking shit because the printer's fucked. I put another line at the bottom, and I put bonus. Pride like thing at the bottom. It's like, what the fuck's that then, Dad? Obviously, he didn't swear, which wouldn't have been out of character if he did. Right, you know how you can do your 5 things, but you could do 15. Right? I said, if you do your 3 sets of 5 things every day for a week, I went, you can pick another prize. I went, it's the equivalent to getting 50 stars and filling up your whole chart.
Yeah.
If you do that for a week, if you do 5 things every morning. Straight away, Chester, my middle son, he was like, oh, I can do it now. And I was like, no, don't count, got to start from Monday. But again, it's just that encouragement because I started to see that it's like, oh, I'll do that because I know that's all I need to do. I'm like, no, I ain't happy with that. This is life. Like, life ain't going to get shit like that for you. And then again, like, they only get things with that star chart. Like, I don't like getting them little presents and gifts and stuff. Yeah, now we are. Don't quite know what happened there. I need a better computer, is the long and short of that one.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a nice computer as well. You just happen to pick the shit model.
Yes, which I didn't know because I'm not computer savvy at all.
No, I mean,
see, obviously, digress slightly there from the thing of, like, schools being outdated and, like, what I prefer.
You just learn to pass tests.
Yeah, you do. Like, you don't...
I got no real life lessons out of school.
Nah, nothing.
Nothing really. Nothing I learned in school prepared me for the real fucking world, other than schools don't end. Everywhere has their fucking cliques.
Yep.
You're always going to get people who are bullies your entire fucking life.
I think you learn about people unintentionally, just because of all the kids there. Different kinds of people.
Social skills is about the only thing you learn at school, isn't it, really?
That's about it. Like, I don't really take much else.
Like, I don't think I did a single piece of homework my entire fucking time there, and I still got C's.
I did, and I did, like, how my eldest, I scraped by. Like, just done what I had to.
And people always go, oh, I'd love to go through school. Oh, fuck that.
People say that, because this is like when you're young and your parents are saying, like, oh, it's the best time of your life. And I always used to think, what the fuck are you on about? How can this be the best? It's bullshit. So many rules and, like, boundaries.
Because 90% of people peak in high school.
Well, there's that.
That is their fucking domain, and they peak.
There's that, and also, then, the expectation was, like, jack shit. And there was you weren't accountable for nothing. Like, how much responsibility do we have now?
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. How much responsibility did we have then?
Fuck all.
Yeah.
Mate, I used to spend like 12 hours straight on COD when I finished school.
So that's what people say they'd love to go back, because they don't like waking up every morning going like, oh, I've got to go to work, to go to a job that I don't want.
Nah, do you know what, mate? I would rather fucking go to work than go back to school.
Yeah, me.
Any fucking day.
Yeah.
At least I'm earning money.
At least I'm kind of choosing to.
Yeah, I quite like my job, to be fair. I'm quite lucky. I work with some good people. You get to be shit sometimes, like everything, but you power through.
I'd rather do this full time. But...
Oh, yeah, 1,000,000%.
How's you?
That's the dream.
That's it.
To spread the word, people. Make us famous.
Yay. Not even that. Like, that's it.
Do you know what? I don't want fame. I just want money.
Yeah.
I don't want the fucking fame. You don't want the public looking at you, do you?
Well, this is the thing when, like, if we get into that, like, when we talk about YouTube and podcasts and things like that, like, you say that to anyone, it's like, oh yeah, but you got to have like millions and millions of views to, like, you know, make it. But I'm like, I don't want to make hundreds and thousands, and it'd be nice. I won't bullshit you. Like, having that much money would be cool. Yeah. Like, if I knew that I just
buy a fucking
if I did not have to fucking worry about bills at all. If the missus wanted to go somewhere else, I'm like, yeah, just fucking get it. Like, that would be cool. Would be fun. But like, I'd be genuinely fucking happy, like, content, if this was just bringing my income in. If I could pay my bills, and have enough for shopping and whatnot, like I say, if I could match what I'm doing at the minute, and at the minute, like, I scrape by. Yeah. We don't go on fucking holidays. We barely go on days out. Like, if I could manage that,
you've got to think as well, man. You've got like literally no fucking support.
Well, there's that, and obviously with having all the kids so close, like, I'm the only one that's been working for the past like 5 years, so it's one income for a house of 5. Don't know, people are in my house.
Well, yeah, like I said, if you could just like come in here, and you got to think it's snowball as well. If you could make just enough doing your vlogging and your podcasting and your YouTube channels, just to cover your bills and your rent, your food. Yep. And then you've got all that extra time in the day. Then
I'm aware of that.
Better content, better quality.
Oh fuck yeah.
And it just snowballed, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like that's the thing with me, because I'm like a creative, like, and I've learned more about things like that as well. Is
You're
that like
autistic as shit.
oh, it's just like sidetracking slightly. There's Jordan Peterson who I like listening to, and I'll never forget this bit when in one of his university courses when he's talking, he's on about creative people. He's like, and if creative people can't be creative, he's like, they die, like literally. They just die because you need it.
Yeah.
And I remember before when I was trying to do the music and stuff, and like obviously I'd not long been with Moan and we'd had the first baby and we were living here and whatnot. I hadn't built the studio yet because I originally built this studio to do music in. And I remember just having a chat with my wife, at the time, and trying to explain to her like this ain't just a fun thing. Because at the time it was the music, I didn't have another creative outlet. I didn't know it was a creative thing at the time. I just thought it was just the music, right? But the way I explained it to her, I was like, I need this. I remember having this conversation with her and really getting across like, this ain't just like, oh, I'd like to do this. Like, I was like, I fucking need this in my life.
Not even necessarily to make it.
I can't like live like my life ain't complete without doing this. And like I said at the time, I spoke about it as if it was the music specifically. Whereas now I've learned a bit more that like it's just being creative.
Yeah.
And that's what I like with this, because it's like the editing, and I get ideas for like, already I've said we should do a fucking gaming channel because we was playing Pokemon cards, but we all do like the board games, computer games and stuff.
Mate, we're not doing a gaming channel until you start fucking playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Alright, well, I bought some stuff, bought that first box.
Yeah, and I've been saying like, let's fucking do it.
Yeah, but then your missus is pregnant and shit, now you don't come around for game night anymore.
Oh, that's not, that's my fault.
Well, kind of
It
is.
kind of is.
Oh. But yeah, so the point is
finding like 3 more people to play as well. Although I know a couple of people that'd be fucking more than happy to play D&D.
It's just the time. But yeah, like if see, I don't like talking too much about this because it's like, oh yeah, if you do good, right, fuck off. But I think maybe the way I talk about it might help some other people as to like, you know, maybe trying to achieve what they want to do. But yeah, if I could if I could supplement my income, so I didn't have to do my electrics anymore, my tradesman shit, and I was just doing this, it wouldn't be a case of there'd just be this weekly podcast and like my 1 weekly vlog.
Yeah.
It'd be like, fuck, I'd have that much more time to think about creative content, what other things I could do on the fitness channel, on the podcast
even if you're
channel.
Just fucking about and trying stuff out.
Fuck yeah, like I could do polls and shit if I've got a bit of a following then. Like, how would you like it if I did like a separate podcast series once a week just talking about this sort of stuff? Or, you know what I mean? Like, I could probably get my kids, like a podcast from my kids, just like father and son podcast, just talking about shit. Like school and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's just me, like my brain just I spitball ideas to myself.
Man, that'd be a great idea.
All the time about stuff. I've obviously got my family channel with the kids that I don't do enough on. I'd love to do more videos and stuff.
It's just time, innit?
Yeah. Which I ain't got because I'm trying to run a company on my own doing fucking electrics. Which I hate because that's the hardest part. I'm not just going to work. Like, most people are in a position where they're employed.
It's not like you can just switch off at the end of the day and go home.
Like, you
it's
wake
not
up,
like me.
Yeah, you go to work at that time, you finish, and then you go home. That's it.
Yep.
Whereas like I don't get the work, and I have to.
I don't even think about that place
half
when
my
I'm not
work
there.
is working at getting the work.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get to go to a customer's house that day unless I've purposely made an effort for them to find me. Then made an effort into engaging them.
You're not always
then
guaranteed.
Communicating them with effectively. Then getting a quoting and everything and pricing and whatnot. And then again communicating with them still to arrange when to do the job. Like, there's whole work going into just getting the work.
And I mean, a lot of companies will have people do that side for them.
Oh yeah, but it's just me and my van. The amount of people I get ringing me because in my company, I'm like, and all I start is like, I'm just me and a van. Like, even like companies for like business, mobile and internet and stuff like that, I'm like, I'm me and a van. Like, my business premises is my house. Like, stuff like that. I had a guy calling from like a college. He rang me about apprenticeships before, and I explained to him then, he must have forgot. And he's like, I'm not ringing you about apprenticeships this time, but we're offering a training course. So if anyone in your business like needs training and everything, I'm like, it's just me, mate. I ain't got fucking employees. It's me and my van. If you want to train my van, fucking go ahead. Fucking hell.
Ugh.
So yeah. But yeah, the interesting thing that originally started when I was talking to James with the whole, what were we saying about the information thing, about you not taking it for gospel and whatnot.
Yeah.
It is directly.
Nice segue. Straight back into.
Tell you what,
Smooth.
I like to try and pull it back.
Smooth.
I like talking and having natural conversation because, one, it's natural. Two, it's like I feel like the way we do it can't be replicated because it's you and me and it's natural. Like, you can't copy someone. But I do like to try and get back to the point.
Crack
as
on.
well. Yeah. It was related specifically to exercise because we were exercising. So I've been playing lately after having the 3 weeks off when I had COVID, and during that time I'd do whatever I could in between, and then the first week back we took it really easy, didn't we? We took it really steady. But on my socials along with fitness, I've often banged on about this whole something's better than nothing, and also this idea of conditioning yourself. So I've played with it a bit more myself recently, and it's really worked. And then, like I say, on top of that, from the different things I consume to do with fitness and whatnot, like different like MMA guys and whatnot, I've heard it from multiple places. So when you hear the same thing often enough, like, it can't be coincidence. Yeah. And so basically, I've always struggled with this thing of, like, since I've been doing bodyweight training, is weights. Because I can remember being like late teens, early 20s when I used to
all about the weights.
I used to finish work and I'd like get the fucking gym 3 times a week. I'd do like back and biceps, all that split bollocks, and I'd do weights because at the time that was, as far as I was aware and as far as I was taught, that's what you did to be strong and if you wanted to be healthy and fit, you went and lifted weights.
Yep.
I'm like that's bullshit. It's you can do that if you want to. It's a conscious choice. If you like lifting weights, because
a lot of people like going, I'm gonna lift that fucking weight.
It's a good feeling. Yeah, fair enough. But I was talking to someone else about this today. Like, if they've already got that knowledge there, it's like fine, leave it to it. But it's more the people that have they haven't exercised yet, right? They don't do exercise. They never have, but they've always in the back of their head thought like, but I should really, because it's good for you.
Like I was.
Yeah, like it should really. It's good for you. But to do what they think they should do, it's like join a gym, do weights, bench press, curls, and all this fucking bollocks. I'm like, there's 2 aspects of it. There's that aspect of it where I'm like, well, weights is bullshit. It was designed for fucking
competition.
Yeah, competition. So it was designed for competing body sculpting. That's the way the movements are designed with the weights. It's designed for body sculpting, to sculpt your body for a competition.
Yep.
So you don't need that because you're not fucking competing, right? And then there's the other side of it, which is where this whole thing of like, even if you're doing like calisthenics, because I've done this when we first started, and you still got to do a workout. So there's the premise of what you're doing when you're doing the workout, and there's the premise of the workout. So it's like, we've got to do, like, every day you've got to do that hour or that 2 hours. It's got to be that workout, and you've got to push it. Because, as everyone knows, when you're doing fucking reps of anything, if you don't squeeze those last few reps out, it ain't worth it. Like, you haven't pushed yourself enough, because that's where you get the muscle growth, because that's where you like tear the muscle
and
sort of thing. And everything. All that kind of crap. It's like, if you don't do a full workout, or you don't put enough effort in, if you feel like you haven't really pushed it in that workout, you then leave thinking the opposite of what you should do, which is, well, I've done something. I've put in effort. That was good. I've tried.
But then you get the whole, I didn't try hard enough.
I didn't do enough. So you
can feel even worse than when you don't do a workout.
So me, as you already know, all that can fuck off. So, the weights, we do body weight, because the compound movements, they're much more natural than what you need. Yep. You can do them fucking anywhere. Most of my training that I do isn't in our morning workout. My morning workout for us now, really, is just, it's a good routine to get up in the morning.
Oh, I didn't tell you.
Go on.
It came in handy doing all this fucking calisthenics and shit.
Yeah.
Because we load pallets in the back of a trailer, and I forgot to make a note of what pallets they were, so I was fucking jumping up over pallets in the back of a trailer, like lifting myself up and jumping over and shit. I was like, that's fucking easy.
Yeah.
Because it was like natural movements we're doing.
Yes.
And I was like, she was like, the person I worked with was like, I can't believe you fucking jumped over all them pallets and did all that. I was like, yeah, it was easy.
Yeah.
He was like, that's what I do in my workout, lifting and pulling and shit.
Yeah.
And I just felt, I did it and it didn't click, and I was just, when I came back out, I was like, oh yeah, that's because I've been doing that.
Yeah, because we've been training for life.
Yeah.
Just to generally
just felt really
keep
cool to be able to,
strong.
I can jump, I can lift myself up and jump over there and fucking get this, because I could.
Yeah.
And it just felt really nice.
There you go. That's beautiful to hear, my friend. Beautiful to hear.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I just know if I didn't say it then.
That needed to be said.
If I didn't say it then, I'd fucking forget. It's just your training coming into real life kind of thing, and it felt nice to do that.
So that was it. The main thing that I was getting to there was the whole you squeeze in the last reps and feel like that. So that was it. I said, because in the morning, for me, that's more just getting up as soon as I woke up, so you're not got that half hour, an hour just like dozing where you haven't actually slept, and you know it's just a waste of fucking time.
Yep.
Which automatically starts you off thinking like, I'm a lazy cunt, shit starts the day.
Still so hard.
So I'm like, it helps you just get up, because I'm like, got to do my exercising, got to get up. So straight away, I've won, I feel good, right? But then when we do our workout, I'm like, I am not busting my balls at all, am I?
No.
Like, we'll start the cardio again this week, where I will push it a bit because I want to get my heart rate up. But in terms of the strength training, I do not push. And this is the biggest thing that's thrown it for me now. I've heard this before plenty of other places, and I have said this already in my podcast and with my fitness channel and that as well. All this stuff that we've been saying. But the thing that really blew it out the water for me was that after the 3 weeks off and like mainly resting and not doing much, and then the first week back of taking it really easy, I'd do like 5 to 7 reps in the morning.
Yeah.
On a good day, my best PB was 18. Right?
Yeah.
Agreed. That second week back,
You did 15 consistently,
I did 15 But I did 3 sets of 15 all fucking week, didn't I?
Yep.
All week. And when I say 3 sets of 15, that 15th rep, from rep 1 to rep 15, are all clean as fuck. Go on my Instagram, I'll put a video up of one of the sets, and they're all, I think my knees twitch on my last rep.
Yeah.
And that is it.
They
like,
were
if I did the
very clean.
conventional squeeze, push, I could have probably got to 20. I could have probably squoze another 5. But the more interesting thing as well is that I've done 15, and that I've done 3 sets of 15, all clean.
Yeah, because if you'd have pushed yourself in that first set and gone for 20...
Yeah.
You
Which is what I used to do.
You wouldn't have got to fucking 20 the next
So
set.
what we used to do is, like, I think I'd had it before when I'd done like 16, 17 odd, around that, for like my first set when we were doing broken sets.
Yep.
But I'd have to squeeze to get there. So then my second set, I'd only managed to get to
10,
about
11.
10, 12. Yeah. But then I'd have to stop, quick breath, jump back up 2, drop down, get my breath, jump up another 2, and squeeze it like that. I'm like, fuck this, man. Like, it's so much easier. One, because I'm not having to really put the effort in. So like, I'm not worrying about fatiguing myself for a day at work and with the kids and everything else. Breeze through it. As soon as I get to that rep, I'm like, oh, I'm starting to push it a bit. Stop. So I'm trying to do that with everything now, and then I'm doing it when I get in the house, like with the missus and whatnot. I'll sorted breakfast in the morning. When I get in from work, I'll just grab the bar and I'll just do. I won't do the 15. I still save that for the morning, but I'll do between 5 and 10 in the house, and I'll do the same with push-ups, same with single leg squats, and I'll jump up and I'll get in me like front lever position, which I can hold for 20 seconds now.
Nice.
My tuck front planche, and it's just this whole thing of like just bringing it in slowly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly stop the camera before it fucks me over, guys. Okay. And here's a nicer way of thinking about it as well, which might conceptualize it a bit better for you, that I like to think about. Think of all the shit that happens in life. Most of it is accumulative. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
A relationship breaks apart.
It's never just
like,
once.
You haven't had a great, happy relationship for 20 years, and then on that day, it's fucked up. You might say that because you might be like, oh, that's the day I found out they cheated on me. It's like, yeah, that's just because you found out, so that's when it broke for you. But actually, the problem started longer ago when the relationship was starting to fall apart, so then they weren't feeling loved or whatever. They then went elsewhere, blah, 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 made the mistake. You know what I mean? It's built up to that. I always like to think of something leaking in the roof in a house.
Your bucket thing.
No, a different thing. So if you've got like a pipe that's dripping like a fucking diddy bit, yeah, you won't notice that. It could drip like that for a few years. I might be exaggerating slightly, but a good amount of time.
Yeah.
And then one day that's plasterboard ceiling or whatever, it's just going to suddenly fall out. And you just be like, oh mate, I was in the fucking kitchen one day making a cup of tea, the fucking roof just fell on me, like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, happened instantly for no reason. Actually, that shit's been building up, drip by drip, fucking hour long, and it's fucked your ceiling up and dropped through. You hate your job, yeah? You didn't hate it the day you started. You didn't hate it the second week or the third week or anything like that. You hated it 6 years down the line after going and dealing with fucking Deborah and Joe who piss you off that have been working there now for 6 months of that time and you hate them or whatever. Accumulative. All this shit happens gradually, yeah? Yep. Why can't the good shit happen like that too?
It comes back to what you said.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me ages ago when you were dabbling with different ways of like working out and what to do. You said there was some calisthenics guy or some fucking fitness guy who said you should never feel a workout really.
Yeah.
So you should never have to push yourself.
Yeah.
Like, so then you should never be sore after a workout.
Exactly.
Kind
so
of thing.
I've seen that, and I saw there's another guy I like called Dominic Sky. If anyone wants to go fucking look at him, he's really cool. I can't remember where he's from now. He's from some other country anyway. But even I remember listening to him talking about one of his students he was teaching, and he said like wouldn't let her do like the last couple reps like the screw went because that they ruin you. He went, you don't do those ones. He went, I want clean reps. All your reps got to be clean.
That's what we've been doing, innit?
But exactly. But that was like nailing the coffin for me. I was like, I've heard this too many fucking times now. Like, they must all be right. Joe Rogan watches like whole fights in between his workout. Like, they're like half hour, like a whole fight.
Yeah.
Fucking serious sort of thing. And he's like, he'll do some reps. He said, I'll do some reps and whatnot. He goes, and then I'll go watch like a whole fucking fight. Come back, do some more.
Yeah. Well, that'd be a fucking luxury, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, you can. Yeah, that's obviously nice because he's sitting watching that. But if you just take the time concept of it, so yeah, you do a couple pull-ups and then you go make a tea, sort your kids out, blah blah blah. Just keep a general eye on the clock. Oh, it's about 20 minutes, half hour. I go, oh, I'll do some more. Normally I'll go by how my body feels.
Yeah.
Because I'll do like say 10 pull-ups, I'll hold it, I'll do 10 push-up, 15 push-ups I do. 10 single leg squats, which I can do now unaided. I used to have to hold on to the breakfast bar. Like now, I don't have to hold on to shit. And again, that isn't because I've like been pushing the weight. That's just because, or like really pushing it. That's just because I've been doing it in the morning. I'll do it in the afternoon. I'll do it in the evening.
Yeah.
I'll just kept fucking do it. Just conditioning it through the fucking day. It's just so much fucking better. It's like you just got. It's set. What the challenge is to set the micro routines into your life.
Yeah.
That's the hard bit. The actual movements are fucking easy, and the time is easy. Because for me, I'm like, being what I do, I'm trying to juggle doing this podcast, the fitness channel as well, the 3 young kids, the work, everything else, to take the kids to fight club. I go to fight club sort of thing. I need to get back to vlogging those as well. And it's like doing all this stuff. It's like, I ain't got time to do one of these like big fucking workouts that these big guys
yeah, like it'd be
like,
nice if you could just have 3 hours and it's like,
mate,
I'll do something.
If you've got that time,
do something.
Fucking sweet,
Yeah.
mate. If you're like fucking 12, 18, 20, like, or like maybe you on the older scale of that, your kids are grown up and you're like, I don't know, in your 50s or something. It's like you got time, you're retired or whatever. You can spend a few hours a day just like working out, chilling, working, like sweet. But for the majority of your life, you're a busy cunt. You got family, you got work, you got everything else, you got commitments, like recreational things, whatever, hobbies, da. It's like you just need to keep fit for life, as you explained them with the whole jumping the pallets thing.
Yeah.
Like, no one trains to do that.
No.
No one trains to think, oh, I've got to jump over pallets. But it's just being physical in life. You just want to be ready for those little moments.
And that's what cemented in my head that calisthenics is the right way of doing it. Yeah. Just because I was lifting weights, I might be stronger, but that's not a movement you do.
Yeah.
Doing that kind of thing, and that's helped me do something I needed to do in life.
And like I say, the great thing, other than needing a pull-up bar in your doorway, you don't need it. So if you're in the, I know you're around your house, you're like, oh, I'd like to go and do a bit of workout now. You think I have to travel to the gym, get in there, or even go and get in. I was talking to another customer who's got like a weights and everything in his garage, and I was like, yeah, but how often do you come out your house, across the back of your house, into your back door, in the back of your garage, come into your garage to come and just do some pull-ups? He was like, yeah, I don't. I was like, exactly, man. You just need to be able to do it within your day. That's why I think the door frame pull-up bar is like
essential.
Yeah, it's like the thing. It's like the new fucking trick, because you just walk through, you grab it, you do a couple. But I said to the missus yesterday, I went, we need one in the bedroom. I said, we need one upstairs. So sometimes I'm upstairs. I'm upstairs. I just want to grab a bar and just quickly do like just 3-5 reps.
Yeah.
Just bang them out. Just build them into your day, and it takes fucking minutes. Like, not even minutes, 30 seconds, 40 seconds.
Like less than a minute.
Like, I'll do 10 pull-ups, 15 push-ups, 10 leg squats, and I'll grab the bar and hold that in my place for 20 seconds.
This way, you could do it. You could do like 100 a day.
Oh, yeah.
And not feel it, because you're just doing it incrementally and just throughout your day.
See, that was my first worry when we first started doing it a bit like this. And I'd done the 15 in the morning, and then I still did this in the day. But I didn't try pushing to 15 again, like I say, between 5 and 10.
Yeah.
And I was worried then for the next day. I thought, we'll see if I could do 3 15s again smoothly. And I did. So I've just kept it with that now. Every chance I get, like I say, it's the micro routine.
And you're just going to get stronger.
Yeah. Like before we got in here, because this straight out this door here next to me is my garden gym that I do the vlogs and that in. Got a bar. Sister James, do you want to see how high I can do a pull up now? Because I fucking can. It's getting higher. I can pull up to my chest level, and so can you, because you did one. It's like, fucking sweet. It's getting there. That's the biggest thing. You notice improvement, and one kind of bit of your mind, you're like, because of how we've been programmed with this knowledge that's fucking bullshit because like someone else said it years ago and we've just been grown up with it and we think it's gospel, of like, this doesn't make sense. Like, I haven't been pushing it. I haven't been really smashing a workout and taking my protein shakes in it. Like, I've had one protein shake.
I have a protein shake in the morning while I'm here. That's it.
But I've had one in the past 2 weeks. And that was just because I'd had a bit of like a lazy breakfast, and I just felt like I needed it.
To fill
I felt a bit sore.
Yeah.
I was like, I need some protein to help myself heal a bit. Other than that, no bars, no fucking drinks, nothing. So that's what I mean. So on one part of your head, you're like, this ain't right, because it doesn't match the typical
you don't
format.
Feel like you've done a workout.
It don't match the format of the knowledge that we were told. But then, if you think about this whole incremental thing, you kind of go, well, I've been doing it every day for like weeks. Of course, it makes sense. You're getting better at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's why when you start a new job and you're like, oh, I've just got to get used to it, or someone's like, oh, he's new, give him a chance. But you're going to work every day at that new job, and eventually you get good at it.
Conditioning.
I think people need to apply this to, like, not even just with exercise, with fucking everything. You want to be a bit better with your kids, a bit of better communication with your wife. Just try and do like one little thing, but try and do it every day.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to talk to your kids more, try and once a day, even if it's just the morning or just the like, how was school today? Because if you never ask them,
Yeah.
or maybe you ask your wife at the end of the day, like, you been alright today, love? Like, just try and act like that one thing. People too often go to the extreme of like, I don't speak enough to my kids. For that, just an example. And then they'll go like, what can I do? Oh, I've got to do this and I could do that. And then they try and like put too much. They're trying to like fix the whole thing now. It's like, nah, grow into it.
Yeah.
Do a little thing.
I mean, coming back to the workouts, I mean, I do bicep curls, don't I? But that's only because I've got one bicep bigger than the other.
Yeah, and that's at
And
the
I'm
end.
trying to even out because that's just years and years of lifting at warehouse work, and I just compensate my right more than my left. So.
There's nothing wrong with doing them.
No, not at all.
What's wrong is people thinking that's all they can do.
That's the way you've got to do
That's how it has to be done.
Well, that's because gym people need money, don't they?
Because you also, coming from like emo-y, grebo-y backgrounds like we do, like I'm sure you've heard enough people where you talk about like being fit and whatnot, and because that's the perception they have, they're like, I don't want to be all like muscly and big, and I'm like, you don't have to be. Like, because you're not going to do weights. You're just going to do some pull-ups and push-ups and squats.
I mean, I know some I say skinny, not skinny, but like slimmer, smaller people.
Yeah.
But they're just like, strong as shit.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to be a big muscle-bound fucking steroid junkie.
I was once referred to as having mongrel strength.
Mongrel strength.
Oh,
But no offense, but you're a perfect example of it, really, because you're not. I wouldn't say you're not like naturally fucking stacked, are you? Or nothing, but you're strong.
Not at all.
You're strong as fuck, and that's the
It's just
best way to be.
Incremental, just doing bits. This is before we were even working out as well.
I mean, a lot of people
Not to
get
blow my own
designer
dick.
muscles, don't they? Essentially,
Yeah.
they go to the gym and that give up because they want to pull, which I mean is fair enough. Each to their own, isn't it?
Yeah. Which is another interesting thing, because obviously people will be like, oh, why do girls only go for like muscly men? Because actually, to get a physique like that still takes commitment to go into a gym.
1,000,000%. You've still got to go all the time.
So to women, what that shows is like, he can be committed.
I don't know. I think it's more fucking primal than that.
Subconsciously. I'm not saying they sit there and go, oh, he goes to the gym. That means he's trustworthy and can be consistent.
No, I don't mean it like that. But I mean, it's more of a he's big, he's strong, he can protect me. It's a primal thing, innit?
Again, it's exactly the same thing. It's still primal, but it's the primal thing of like, he will be a good partner, mate, provider, because he can consistently do something. So he could consistently bring me food or something like that. Again, I'm agreeing with you that it is a primal thing, but not you're thinking of it in a primal way of like, he's going to show the shit out of me.
No, I was thinking it more generally as a primal thing of in the old.
He'll strongly look after me, sort of thing.
Days, like the prehistoric. Yeah, what a fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking that like he'll take care of me.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I think there's that
he's
as well.
Big, he's strong.
But it's also the thing of like I say, subliminally. No woman or anything or whatever would actually consciously think these words as they do it.
Oh, yeah.
But subconsciously, it's like it shows they're committed to something. Because the opposite, you see someone that's like, in air quotes, skinny, lazy type thing. They don't look. Yes, they will. One, look at them as you've just said, as maybe like, oh, he won't look after me, won't provide for me type thing. But also, it shows like they can't handle any responsibility. They can't be committed. Like they're not doing anything. Like that, they're not doing anything with their life. Where's the potential?
I've never thought about
it's
that.
Like
in that way.
Not like you're skinny and whatnot and whatever, and so you don't have that physical aspect of like, oh, you can take care of me. But also, it's like, well, what are you doing with your life? What have you got to offer me? You're not striving.
If you can't look
anything.
after yourself and do stuff for yourself,
what are you going to bring to? What are you going to bring to my life? Like you're not showing me you could do anything at all.
That's a good way.
If you can't look after you, ain't
the
fuck you going to look after me?
It's the whole male. We're the same, though, aren't we? Because apparently, don't we look at women and the first thing we notice is like hips.
Yep, babies.
Because it's babies.
Yep.
Childbirth and
Fuck
hips,
yeah.
as they say.
That's it. Because that's what we want. We want fucking nippers. Pop them out, love. Even the ones that like, I don't want fucking kids. It's like, again, it's.
I love when people say, "What's the meaning of life?" There is one simple meaning to life, and that is to procreate. That's it. To carry on the human existence as a race. I think, like psychologically speaking.
I see. This is where you can get into things of like you can agree with you, but then it'd be more of, I'd argue that that's like a reason for existence, not for life. So, because you say, what's the meaning of life? Is like, what's the meaning of living?
Well,
and it's all the things you get from living.
I know what you mean.
Whereas to be alive, to exist,
essentially, essentially, the meaning of life is to make sure the human race doesn't die out.
This is a whole of the podcast right now.
Because I know you want to tell me how fucking wrong I am, and you want to fucking.
No, I'm not going to tell you how wrong. It's an interesting fucking topic, isn't it? Because it's an awkward one, isn't it?
I suppose it's the same thing. The whole meaning of life. What you said, creative people need to create.
Yeah.
So the meaning of life to a creative person was I have to create something.
Yeah.
So there's so many ways you could interpret it.
Yeah. So that's what you've been interesting conversation to get into, but that would be a whole podcast. That's not.
That's a fucking deep dive.
That's
not
isn't it? A tangent. What's the our song thing?
What have you been up to this week?
I thought it went higher than that. This week.
What have you been up to this week?
That was better.
Like that,
yeah. We need like an automated.
What have you been up to this week then, Ryan?
You know all I've been fucking doing.
Smashing.
The same thing we do every night, Pinky.
Try to take over the world. Oh, say there, Brian.
Brian?
Hey, Brian.
Oh,
mate, I tried to put Looney Tunes on earlier, and like Nella was having none of it.
Oh.
And it was the classic duck season, rabbit season bit, and I was like, oh man, fucking classic.
Cunts, man.
Duck season.
Bringing in like old shows and stuff. Fucking Moan put Battle Bots on Netflix for the boys this morning.
I saw you post
and I was
about
just
that,
like, this is not Robot Wars.
Is that what it is? It's like
basically
a spin-off of Robot Wars?
It's like Robot, but it's American, so it's very Americanised. So nothing against you guys if there's anyone that way listening to this.
No one can throw a fucking party like the Yankees.
But it's just how it's all like the commentators are there and they're all suited up and everything, and it's like
back in our day, what was it? Craig Charles who did it, and he's just like, look at that fucking robot,
but
smash him.
Yeah, like they'd be like jeans and a fucking t-shirt, wouldn't they? But I liked how they go through like the garage and it's just guys there on a bench with a robot. And they'd be like, shove a microphone. What the fuck are you doing? How you built this? Like, it's just raw.
Yeah.
But it was the first ever show like it, weren't it? Robot Wars.
Well, as far as I'm aware, there's probably something in fucking Japan or something.
No, maybe. But yeah, so much that I'm like, this ain't Robot Wars, man. Where's fucking Matilda? Where's the house robots? You know what I mean?
What was it?
Where's
Hypno? Was it Hypno Disc? What was the one that had the flipper that always used to win? Because it used to fucking flip him on the back.
It's the first flipper one.
Yeah,
like once people got savvy to that, because it used to
flip
them over, and once they're over, they were fucked.
I see it, just push him into.
But if he got flipped over, he just flipped back.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah,
because he's just a wedge. But then, people got savvy to that, and then they started.
What were the house robots called?
Matilda, Shunt, Sir Killalot.
Nah, Shunt weren't one, was it?
Shunt was, because he had the big like, what would you call it? It looks like a fucking big snowplow top thing. But
was that one called Shunt?
Shunts, yeah. I forget Shunt. Shunt
what
and
was
Matilda.
the big, massive fuck-off one? Was that Sir
Killalot? Because he come out and he had like a spear.
Sword and fucking spear and shit, a shield,
It's fucking sick.
Oh man, I used to fucking love watching Robot Wars when I was a kid.
I know, right? You got to be able to get it DVD or something.
Oh mate, they're probably all on fucking YouTube.
Hell yeah. Oh. But yeah, other than that, man, this week for me it's just been work and fucking Pokemon and eBay.
I'm falling back into a Skyrim hole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they've announced, because it's fucking Todd Howard and it's Bethesda, and instead of making the Elder Scrolls 6, it's another year's gone by. Instead of like, let's re-release Skyrim again. It's been on like fucking 10 different consoles. It's been out for 10 years and they're still releasing new fucking versions of it. But I play it for like once a year and I'll just fucking, for like 3 months straight, that'll be my hole.
Yeah.
And I've seen this anniversary edition coming out and I'm like, well, I'm playing Skyrim again.
Oh, fuck.
And it's just so fucking...
What console did I get? I think...
I had it on the fucking Xbox 360.
I feel like I got it with the PS3.
Yeah, it was out on PS3, mate.
And I'm sure I remember putting it in to play on it. And I think, like, Josh turned up or something. I just remember like opening the start of the game, and that's all I've ever played of it. I've still got it on my shelf.
I mean, I'm a sucker. People are like, I'm going to get this fucking 10th anniversary edition as well. I know I am.
Yeah.
And people are like, he's just a fucking cash cow and he's just milking the cow again. Which,
yeah,
I mean, people
I'm going to go milk it.
Mate, people are fucking buying it.
Yeah.
Why would you stop? But I mean, I had an Xbox 360, I bought it for PS4, I bought it for Xbox One, and now I've got it on my Switch.
Fuck's sake.
I bought the same game 5 different times.
I'm more upset because obviously it means there's even less chance of you getting new Pokemon cards.
Oh, mate. I don't think I'm going to get new Pokemon cards. I don't think I am.
You got it. I need you to.
I know you do, but that's what I'm saying. I brought my cards around today, man. Flick through. If there's anything you need to, like, I need that to get in this deck to, like, finish it.
Oh, right.
Mate, help yourself. Because I know you're well into it more than me.
I really am at the minute.
That's what I mean. So if you find anything, I let your kids have a look through. And if they see anything, don't let them just take the piss.
I was going to say, I'm going to do that because they will just have everything.
Don't let them take the piss. But say if they're building a certain kind of deck and they're like, that'll go really well in that deck.
They ain't at that
okay,
point,
then just for you. Let them have a couple of cards that they like, but for you.
Okay, cool.
If there's anything that you see and you're like, I really need that to get that go nice in that deck. Because I know
I'm more interested in seeing which ones you've got because of...
It's just a stack of loose fucking cards, mate.
There's so many different, like, generations now.
I haven't bought anything for like, I haven't had any cards. The last time I bought cards, what was the latest one out? I'm sure it was fucking X and Y. Because I've got no Alolan ones, which was the Sun and Moon ones, and I've got no Sword and Shield ones. So yeah, it'd be the X and Y ones were the last ones I had. Wait, would it? No, because I ain't got no... I've got no X. Yes, no I have. Because I'm sure I've got a fucking Froakie and stuff. Yeah, X and Y.
Yeah.
Were the last ones I've got. But I mean, fucking crack on. I'll leave them here for the next week or so and just have a fucking flick through. If there's anything you like the look of, mate, help yourself.
Exactly. I'm just more intrigued from these other previous ones. But now this week I've been getting more nuts.
You'll be looking at them, you're like, this is shit, this is shit, this is shit. I don't think any of those are going in your decks, mate.
I just more get interested in just the Pokemon because I haven't seen them. Yeah.
See, whereas I've played every generation.
But I now bought that League deck, and because you get the code within, I play that online. So now I've had a crack at the versus online. I'm like, oh, this is way more interesting. Like seeing how they play it and like more the strategies and stuff again. And it's like, yeah, this is fun.
Yeah.
Like the only fucker with that is with the fucking versus ones because you're actually playing people with their cards. It's all on fucking time, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So I started first like in bed. Mrs. fell asleep early.
Say,
no one around. Cool, I can do this. But like because I want to do more. Like this morning, I was trying to fucking do one whilst showering all the kids. Like every time I looked at that screen, it was going 5, 4, 3. I'm like, that card I do. I'm like, bollocks! Why did I fucking do that? And like even on like because there's that lad I talk to that's like my Pokemon buddy. He's added me. Friend. He's added me.
I don't like having more friends.
I know.
Why is this?
He's added me to 2 groups now on Facebook. Like
mate, you're gonna end up in a fucking sex dungeon.
Ah, sweet. This community group, and someone put on there like, why do people take ages to like just to take their turn and like pick a card? Like it's fucking. Don't take you 30 seconds just to pick a card. I went. Like, excuse me, mate, but you're assuming everyone's sat there with it, but it's like you 100% attention.
To be fair, man, I'm with that guy. That's how I was feeling when I used to play it online because I didn't have that. Yeah. I was sat there just like, fucking come on, pal. Make your fucking move.
Whereas on the other end, I'm like, I'm there with my iPad. I can see it. Yeah, and I'm like, stop hitting your fucking brother. Like, I've just, at the time, literally what happened this morning was, Mikey, we normally put him in the shower with chest tuck, it's quicker. But Harvey's kept going, well, I want to go in the shower with Mikey. I'm like, right, okay, fine. Put him in there, straight away, Mikey's like, I want to get out. I'm like, really just fucking put you in there? I'm like, I kind of, and I'm like, this is trying to dry the other kid, and I think dry nails or some shit. I'm looking at the pad, I'm like, 5 foot, I'm like, but just stay in the shower. Right, energy card there. Bollocks, should have put it on that Pokemon. Like, why do you want to get out of the shower? Like, that was my life this morning. And the whole time I'm just thinking to myself, why did I start a battle when they're having a shower?
Oh man, you've got such a fucking addictive personality.
Well, it's because at the time, I think when I first started that battle, it was like, one of them was...
You had time.
Yeah, was watching that battle bots. The missus was right. I thought like... Because Mikey kept saying like, that was it, 'cause Mikey was like, yeah, shower with Harvey. And Harvey's been really good with Mikey lately. And he kept, I mean, even with getting him undressed, he was like, do you want some help, Mikey? If I should be sound, they'll sit in there, they'll play. Chester's getting dressed, yeah, I'll do a quick battle. But it didn't go that way.
Nah.
Like, why? Why did I bother?
But like I said, I get where that guy's coming from because that's how I used to feel. But now I can see it on the other shit.
Well, because you do.
Like, I couldn't, even with just Nella, I'd probably miss turns and shit because like, you look away for 1 second, fucked off somewhere doing something, you're like, what are you doing?
That's the thing where it swings back to, I think, this thing of... do you remember the other week when I was on about the guy that was whinging about the younger guy because he was spending all his time watching Netflix and stuff? Yes. And I'm like, but he hasn't comprehended not having time yet. Yeah. It's like, you just don't fucking know, do you?
You don't know when you're there.
Until you've lost it, you can't understand the worth of it.
I couldn't imagine sitting and playing card for like 10 hours straight now. That's fucking...
Money-wise, that's like someone that's grew up with money. Like a family that've got money, or they've got family money, and then meeting someone, it's like, what do you mean you don't have this and that? Yeah. It's like, well, we can't afford it. You're like, what do you mean? Like, you just go and get it. It's like, what do you mean? No, you don't get it. It costs money. Like,
we don't understand that.
Yeah. Like, they wouldn't understand because they just grew up with money all the fucking time. Like, just had it.
Yeah.
Like, and then as they got older, like, mum and dad bought the house for them and fucking kit out for them.
I suppose looping this back to schools, that's another good thing you learn about schools because, like I said, you meet people, you understand different social situations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
just purely the academic side of school is only useful if you're going to be an academic.
1,000,000%. Like, I wish.
Which I don't see my kids going that way. I don't see them
going
I'm not
fucking... I'm kind of a nothing. Really. It's like, I'm not academic, but I'm not very good with my hands and building stuff and doing stuff. Like, I'm just a grunt, really. Go shift that pile of bricks. Yeah, right. It's like, I can't build anything to save my life. I'm not particularly... I've been in bands. I was always fucking lazy. I barely wrote my own lyrics. All the fucking guys that used to help me. And, I'm not exactly a creative person. I'm not an academic. I'm kind of a nothing. But I've made peace with that.
You're not a nothing. You're a something. Everyone's a something. You're doing this for me, ain't you?
Yeah, I know, but I wouldn't have done this.
Yeah, so?
Unless you were doing it.
Yeah, but I did.
That's what I mean. Yeah, but you're the creative that's done it and started it.
Yeah, but you still didn't have to. I mean, there's plenty of other friends where I've got loads of other friends.
No, and I'm your only friend.
Yeah, and I'm doing this, and they haven't all went, oh yeah, I'll come do it with you, right? You know what I mean? You're still taking time out your week every week to come and sit here and talk with me to these people.
All I'm thinking about is playing Skyrim.
All I'm thinking about is Pokemon.
Oh, it's going to get bad.
I'm really upset. And when you said about, like, you can't have other friends to me, At the minute, I'm like, you can't have other games. Like, you need to be obsessed with Pokemon again. I hate that you did it years ago. Like,
man,
we've done it separately.
if we were together like years ago doing it, man, I'd be fucking going whole hog. But I don't get me wrong, I love Pokemon to my fucking core. I'm gonna get Shining Diamond or whatever it is the day it comes out. I'm gonna get that Legends Arceus the day it comes out.
I want that. That looks sick.
But I'd rather play the games.
Oh, okay.
I like the cards and they're really cool and
I'd
stuff.
rather do the
but
cards
I'm
at
like,
the minute.
I can take them or leave them. I'm not that bothered.
I guess even when you were fully into it, most of it was online, really.
I had some cards like me and the ex. We used to buy just the decks that you get and just play with them. I was never like fully into it. I used to just play online.
Whereas I'm like kind of playing with the boys a bit and
showing
them how to play.
That's the whole I had time because I'd finish work at like fucking 8-9 in the morning, come home and the ex would be at work from 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So I would just sit there, have a couple of joints, and I would just fucking sit and play Pokemon online and video games. I had all the fucking time in the world. I don't regret that. A lot of people look back and go, "Oh, I wasted all this fucking time." I don't regret that because I liked it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself then.
People get too fucking opinionated with shit like that. It's like if someone else regrets it personally, doesn't mean that it was a waste of time for the other person. If they enjoyed it, fine.
I've got many good memories playing that online. I've got many good memories from that flat, just spending that time on my own, just doing what the fuck I wanted.
I always said to Marion, like, for me, regret is just like, oh, I always wish I met the wife sooner.
Yeah, because you wasted how much fucking time trying to chase tail?
Oh, it's just fucking ridiculous.
But again, that wasn't a waste of time to you then?
Because then it's an interesting thing of like where, I don't know why, I had like an imaginary conversation with my son about this the other day. And it's like, but that obviously...
because it's going to go in a minute.
No, we've got about 5 minutes.
Alright, we'll wrap this up then.
Of like, well, that's how I met the wife, that's how I met your mum, sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you weren't doing this shit,
yeah, if I hadn't
you
gone,
never would have met Simone.
If I hadn't gone the way it had, like, I probably might not have met Simone, and then I might not have had my son.
It's fucking mental, isn't it, when you think about all the tangents and how many different paths fucking
butterfly effect.
Split off and shit.
That's it. Butterfly effect, isn't it?
Yeah, the butterfly effect's more when you go back and change something.
Yeah, but that's it. You change one little thing and it changes the whole future.
It's fucking madness.
So that's what I mean.
Like I don't believe in fate and all that shit. I do genuinely believe life is just fucking chaos and random happenstance, and it's just fucking chance.
I'll agree with you there.
1,000,000%. There's no predestined fucking thing. It's all bullshit. Life is chaos.
Yep.
And you just fucking you just grasp at shit until you fucking die.
Life is chaos, and if you navigate it as best you can, sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you can learn enough to navigate it better than others.
I suppose it's just how you handle situations, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. Everything.
All you can do with your life is do stuff with the time you've
That's going to be
given.
another podcast. Like, Jocko, mind control.
Mind control.
Because that is so fucking true, and I'm getting better at it. Because you tell yourself, I can't control it. Like the wife earlier, she come back from the kids' party I told you about, and she was getting all stressy and whatnot. And I was like, what's up with you? She's like, oh, well, there's just... there's shit everywhere. I was like, what do you mean? Well... We've been shopping. So the bag upstairs had the wipes in ready to go in the wardrobe. So it's a bag, carry bag, with wipes in next to the wardrobe. I'm like, it's not a mess. But there's a couple things like that. And I'm like, you don't need to get so upset about things like that. She went, oh, well, I can't control it. I went, you can. She went, right, okay, I can. I went, no, what I mean is, like, you can. The reason you can't control it is because you're telling yourself you can't control it. As soon as you tell yourself you can't, then you can't.
It's fucking discipline, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, I think I said it already, like, the other weekend when I had it when the wife was working for the day, and I was getting a bit wound up with the kids. And I was like, ugh. Like, and I was getting annoyed. And then in those moments, I was trying to ask myself as soon as I can, why? And in that moment, I was like, why am I getting annoyed? I'm like, because they're trying to be... I want it to be quiet and whatnot. It's the morning. I want to chill and play my Pokemon a bit longer. Yeah. And then the other voice goes, they're fucking toddlers. Did you honestly expect that to happen?
Yeah.
And I go, you're right.
God, I fucking love Jocko.
So, like, why am I getting annoyed about it? I'm doing a fuse board. I don't do fuse boards very often now. I did a fuse board on Friday, and it's the first time in a while I've sworn at an inanimate thing. Like, I was like, you fucking cunt, because it's being a bitch. Most of the time when I do fuse board jobs, you do get some cunty ones where you change the fuse board, but then the house is tripping, and you got to find the fault. But normally, changing the actual board itself is pretty straightforward. You just got to plod through it, right? With this one, it's the first time I've had where the fuse board itself was being dick because the cables had all this tarry black shit on it, and me being me, I didn't want to get that all over the nice white fuse board and breakers, so I had to keep going in the house, to the customer's house, and getting the nail scrubber and scrubbing it all off my fucking hands. Yeah, and the cables weren't quite long enough, and like it was where the new fuse board went. There was
just being a dick.
There was a pull cord for the garage, and where the new board went because it was wider. and the old pull cord was directly next to the old fuse board. It meant I had to like fuck around trying to move this fucking pull cord as well. Like just all these little fucking fiddly bastard things.
Yeah.
And it was really annoying me. And again, I asked myself, why am I getting so wound up with this? And I'm like, because you thought it was going to be really easy. You said you'd have it done by like fucking 12, 1 o'clock. And now it's 2 and you're still doing it. So it's not actually being that difficult. Like I still got home for a decent time. Like the world didn't end. It didn't fuck up. I didn't endanger the customer. Nothing like that at all. But I was getting really annoyed because in my head the time had already ran out. Because I told myself it'd be an easy one. So once it gone past that, I'm like, should have been like this. So then you go, but it. And then you calm yourself down. Then and you go, but it is. So chill out. Let's just get it done.
The
and
bottom
go.
line is you can control yourself. You can control your emotions.
It's asking yourself them questions, but I haven't always been able to do that.
No.
But I'm getting better at it because I'm trying to. Again, it's these micro routines. Again, these little things of like, right from now, when I get really wound up, I'm going to try and recognise that I'm getting wound up and just stop for a second and say, like, why? And I've even had times when I've been getting a bit wound up about something and I've literally told myself, I don't want to. I don't want to be annoyed over this. Like, it's silly. Like, just fuck off. And I might have to go and sit by myself for like literally 2 minutes and I'm like, no, I'm good because I want to be good. I want to be okay. I don't want to be pissed off because this is stupid.
Well, we all get annoyed at fucking stupid little things,
we do.
don't we?
Humans do all the fucking time.
Right, should we wrap it then?
Yes, mate. So the lesson from this week's podcast is go on Pokemon online and add me and we'll do some battles.
Pretty much.
Yeah. If you want to check out the fitness channel, Ryan's Road Fitness on YouTube. If you haven't found the podcast on YouTube yet, if you've just been listening to this on a podcast platform, we are on YouTube as well. And then the old socials is I always forget. I think it's Ryan's Road. Ryan's.road on Instagram and Ryan's Road 22 on Facebook, where I put like daily updates, like little snippets of the workouts, things like that. Little bit of a most motivational post of like, you know, something better than nothing. Just try doing this, etc. You can do it. Blah blah blah. If you got kids and everything else, you can fucking do it.
And mine is Daddy Jane Gaming at Instagram, but it's Jane Jayne, all one word. Daddy Jane Gaming. It's just my gaming stuff and a bit of the family and some fitness stuff.
Nobody cares. Cool.
I've got 70 followers now, I love you now.
Woo, bump it.
I know, right?
Right. Love you all. Take it easy, and we'll see you next week.
Peace out. Finger guns. I already regret doing that.
No, I don't. Go with it. Feeling the ball dance, feeling the flow. Working it.
I'm going to go home and play Skyrim.